It's the Monday Morning Show. Today is June 9th, 2017. I'm Ken LaSalle from KenLaSalle.com. Things have kind of slowed down here lately, and I'll be honest, I blame it all on my work. I have a whole lot of new projects and announcements and such, but that will have to wait until they're ready. The long and the short of it is, things have been on the move, and I've been doing a lot of work. In the midst of this, I couldn't help but notice Mad About You being shown on FXX at 3 or 4 in the morning. I actually just checked and it's more like 7, but the DVR records it, so what do I know? And having not watched this show since it first aired in the 90s, I thought I'd give it a shot. So, onto my DVR it went. What follows are just a few observations which, if you are not of a certain age, by which I mean old, you may not be able to appreciate, especially if you haven't had a couple of serious relationships under your belt. But believe me, this will hit home for some of you, and you may find yourself agreeing with me at a later date. The thing is, I watched Mad About You when it first aired from 1992 to 1999. Every Thursday night, I'm guessing, my first wife Rosa and I would snuggle up together on our sofa and watch it. If we weren't fighting. Which was often, so I missed a lot of shows. And watching something like this again gives me so much more perspective on my life that I won't need to mention the show that much more, to tell you the truth. Just remembering those nights, cuddled together on the sofa, or not, reminds me of what my life was like back then in a way I wasn't expecting. Mostly because in 1992, I was, wow, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I was 27. 27 years old. I can't fathom being 27 years old. Wait, let me check my math. Born in 1965 means I would have been 25 in 1990, so, yep, 27. And Rosa and I had the kind of a relationship you have when you're in your 20s. Without speaking on her behalf, I can tell you that I was absolutely always right. Every time. No doubt in my mind. You've probably known some guy in his 20s who was like this, and I'll admit it, that was me. In fact, it's still me. So what happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. I turned 50. Age has had its way with me, has refined me to such an extent that I can still think I'm right about everything, but you know what? I don't have to be an asshole about it. Isn't that nice? And my second, present, and final wife, Vicky, would not argue this point one bit. She might want to debate the part about me not being an asshole, but I'm not an asshole all the time. That's the thing about aging. It has taught me not to be an asshole all the time. And I kind of like that. The other major difference? When Rosa and I would watch Mad About You, or just about anything, we would cuddle together on the sofa. I can still remember the way she would fit so perfectly in my arms. Which might not be the way you are used to hearing a man talk about his ex-wife, I grant you. But I've had some years and some opportunities to reflect. I have written about Rosa in my books, and sometimes I think I may have treated her not just a little bit unfairly in print. The fact of the matter is, I owe Rosa a great big thank you. Because who else was going to put up with me in my 20s and 30s? And this is not to say I don't owe Vicky an equally gracious thank you, because she's put up with me in my 40s. and will continue to do so in my 50s and my 60s until she simply can't take it anymore and kills me in my sleep. And I have no doubt it will be justified. Anyway, back to the show and the cuddling. The thing is, when Vicky and I watched a couple of episodes, things could not have been more different. Because we weren't cuddling. We were on completely different seats. And there was nothing wrong with that because, truth be told, Vicky simply isn't a cuddler. And I can appreciate that. Rosa and I had a kind of feast or famine, hot or cold kind of relationship, which was great in my 20s, but would kill me now. With Vicky, things are just much more chill and laid back. And I love that. Mad About You has reminded me that I was indeed mad about Rosa, just as I am mad about Vicky. I'm not going to hide or deny that, but honestly, I think I might have forgotten about that. After an excruciating divorce and losing the woman I thought I would be with for the rest of my life, I think I saw my best option as simply denial. But then you see something that lasted 7 years, and I was with Rosa for over 15, so that's nearly half of that. It's difficult to say that it didn't happen, that it wasn't special. I've been blessed to share my life with 2 lovely women who will always hold a special place in my heart. I'm a very lucky guy. Having said that, I would definitely say that Vicky is more like Jamie out of the 2 of them. I'm not going to say if that's a good or bad thing. It simply is. And I love her for it. Until next time, be good to yourself, be kind to others, and let's make this world a better place.